Okay, so like we're in this kind of stay at home, work from home situation. Who's in your household right now?
Right now, it's just me and my dog. My wife's still having to go to her office to work.
Oh, she is?
Yeah, her boss just doesn't trust anyone to work from home.
What kind of what kind of company does she work for?
She works for this. She's a mechanical engineer. She works for a company that basically manufactures different kind of machines and equipment. The biggest customer is Frito-Lay. So the way they're able to get away from that, like that mandate of essential business, that they're saying they're manufacturing like food production machines, which is sort of sketchy because it's Frito-Lay. So come on, it's
Yeah,
not essential.
man. Does Frito-Lay make Cheetos?
Uh, I'm not sure. I want to say that's under Lay's, but I forget.
I was just gonna say if they did, then Shweta would probably consider that essential. Probably happy your wife's going into work.
Well, we don't really need new machines at this point, right? They have plenty.
That's true. Oh man, that sounds well. So is she worried or does she just kind of go in and
Uh, she's not really too worried about herself. She's more worried about her coworkers. Some of them are a little older, or maybe their spouses have like weakened immune systems. So that's kind of the big concern right now.
yeah. All right. I'm gonna kind of embarrass myself because I knew your wife's name and I have forgotten it. I think it's Natalie?
No, Nicole. That was close.
Nicole. Ah, I was close. It starts with an N.
Yeah.
Okay. So that really sucks that Nicole has to go in still.
Yeah.
Um, okay. So let's kind of go back and talk about your past history. I know a little bit, but let's talk about where you were born and where you grew up.
Yeah. So I was actually originally born in Mexico.
Okay.
Around the time I was a year and a half old, my family brought me over here to Dallas, and I've pretty much lived here my entire life since then.
Okay. Whereabouts in Dallas did you pretty much grow up, spend most of your childhood?
So I grew up in Pleasant Grove, which is like southeast Dallas,
Okay.
all the way until I was like 18, and then I went to UTD, so I was living in Richardson for a long time after that, and then I moved to Grand Prairie for a while, and I'm living in Frisco.
Okay, cool. And so you went to UTD and that's where you met Mo
Hmm.
at you guys were in the same fraternity?
Yeah.
Why is that so funny?
Because it's like when you think of frat guys, it's like me and Mo are so the opposite of that.
That's true, but
It's
the
like
way
a weird story.
you explained it to me, it was not that kind of a frat.
Yeah, yeah, it was more like nerdy guys, mostly a lot of Hispanic dudes just kind of hanging out and volunteering.
Okay. Well, okay, so that's cool. Um, and I remember you first came to visit us. You just kind of came to a lunch. You had lunch with us. Uh, I don't remember when you came to visit, did like Hi or Brad kind of give you a tour?
Actually, Mo gave me a tour.
Okay.
I don't know if I met Brad that first day. It wasn't until like I met Hi and then went to lunch with Hi and everyone else.
Yeah. So what was your impression of everyone and of the company that first time?
It was very unusual to me because the company I was working at and pretty much the only company I had really worked at was a very different culture, like a very kind of stuffy kind of place. Like we made software for banks, so everyone was like business casual, and it was almost like culture shock going in and seeing everyone just dressed casually. I think I saw Shin solving a puzzle, and then
Yeah.
like walking around, and like I think Mo was building like a like a cardboard car for I think it was Megan because she was just married, and then
Yeah.
we went to lunch and someone ordered a beer, and I was like, "What is this place?"
Yeah. That must have been Attila. All right. And then, so was that job you just talked about? Was that your first job out of college?
Yeah, actually, I interned there before I graduated, and then yeah, I worked there for like 5 years. That
Okay.
was pretty much my only experience with like an actual real big company.
Okay. And now how long have you been here at Colomall?
I started, what was it, June of last year, so it's almost a year now, something like 9 months, I think.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay. And how's it been?
That's been great. It's been pretty much my ideal job, I think.
Cool. That's cool. Any particular things stand out for you as real memorable things that happened in the past year?
Um, I think one of the most memorable things, and don't take this the wrong way, but it was like when Dan left, and everyone like made that video for him, and that room was just so emotional when you watch that video, and that like
Yeah.
really stuck out to me. It's like shit, everyone cares, and like this is like people don't just talk about these values, like everyone means it, right? And like even I teared up a little bit, and I barely knew Dan, so that like really stuck out to me as like, damn, this is a like a legit place.
Yeah. Yeah. I think that's really true. I think more than any other place I've worked for, the people in general that work here really care about each other, which is
Hmm.
great. Um, so I know you're into 3D printing, uh,
Yeah,
and I know you're into technology in general. So do you want to talk about what are your hobbies? What do you do outside of work?
sure, yeah. Well, like you mentioned, 3D printing. I like to just build random things, and I also like to play a lot of video games. Let's see. I'm trying to think of like any big project talk about. The one I've been working on recently, I kind of got this motor from Amazon, and I've been setting up like some pulleys in the backyard, and tied like a little felt thing so that like it's like a line that goes around and just kind of loops around the yard, and I make the dog chase that. I'm still kind of working on it. It's it's like I keep trying to take my dog for a walk, but there's so many people doing that, so it's like kind of hard to stay 6 feet away. So I'm like, okay, I'm
Yeah.
just gonna exercise my dog in the backyard.
So your idea is you'll have this thing just kind of going around and around in the backyard,
And then
and
I can change direction.
okay. Uh, and your dog will just chase it?
Lately, I've been having a hard time getting her to pay attention to it, but yeah, she'll go after it sometimes and then try to catch it.
Okay. And wait, what kind of dog do you have?
So we're not 100% sure. We got her from the Dallas dog pound pretty much, and they told us she was part Shiba Inu, and she kind of looks like it. But after I researched it, uh, she looks like what's called a Carolina dog, which is basically an American dingo, and she acts like it too. So I think they kind of gypped me there.
Wait, so is an American Ding? I've never heard of that. Like, what kind of what is that breed supposed to be like?
So it's kind of so kind of like in Australia they have dingoes. It's like wild dogs pretty much.
Yeah,
It's kind of the same thing where like a long time ago some dogs pretty much went in the wild and then they it's like conversion evolution, right? Like they're not related to the Australian dingoes, but they evolved a lot of the same traits. And because they're almost like primo dogs, I forgot what it's called.
yeah,
They're very intelligent. Like they're a little bit more wild and they're a little bit tougher to train for like inexperienced dog owners. But
yeah.
I've grown up around dogs my whole life, so I haven't really had a hard time with it.
Okay, so she's pretty smart
She's extremely smart.
and pretty stubborn, or
I mean, she can be a little stubborn sometimes, but I mean, like I'll teach her tricks like ring a bell or like spin around. Like I even taught her to say "I love you." It's kind of crazy.
yeah. Oh, that's cool. So, I mean, it sounds pretty good that she's turned out to be this breed instead of a Shiba Inu.
Yeah, yeah. I think it turned out great.
Okay, all right. I guess so. Speaking of like 3D printing, like how did you get into that?
I actually don't 100% remember. It wasn't. I think until after I graduated from college, I started seeing like all this stuff online about like I'm really into like tech, so it just seemed like a super exciting futuristic thing to me. And the Richardson Public Library, it turned out they had a 3D printer, so I kind of tested it out there. I made a few things, and then after a while, I was like, you know what? I think I'm just gonna go ahead and bite the bullet and get my own. And at the time, I got it on sale for like $300, so it turned out to be a pretty good deal for me.
And that's the same one you have now?
It's yeah.
Have you upgraded and
I've,
modified it a lot?
I've upgraded and modified it so much that it's kind of at that point where like, can you really call it the same printer anymore?
Yeah. Yeah. Okay. And how long so when did you first get it?
It must have been around 2016, 2017. It was not that long after I graduated from college.
Okay, cool. Is there anything that you made that you're most proud of?
Hmm. Um,
Or
that dog learning course I talked about earlier, part of
uh,
that's 3D printed. There was also a different thing where like I could like from a mobile app like dispense dog treats for my dog, and
oh,
part of
cool.
that was 3D printed. Shoot, I'm having a hard time now. Kind of on the spot there.
Yeah, 'cause I've seen the little things that you bring in. Some of them are actually like moving parts. Like there's the one cube that each corner is a gear or something.
Yeah,
That's pretty cool. Uh,
yeah.
so when it's like that, where it's individual parts, do you print the parts separately and then put them together?
Usually, yeah. That's kind of the way to go. But there's some parts that you can just print it all in one go, and if you kind of know what you're doing, you know how the tolerances work,
Yeah,
then you're kind of able to design the part. And there's some parts that actually you you can only achieve them through 3D printing. Like if you can imagine like a cube with a ball inside, like you can't
yeah,
do that through, like injection mode or something like that. So there's some that yeah they have moving parts, but you have to print them all in one go.
yeah. Okay, cool. And you mentioned video games. Like what kind of video game systems do you have?
So wow, I actually have all of them. Well, so I have like a gaming PC I built, and lately I've been playing a lot of Switch. Before that, I was playing the PS4. I actually still own an Xbox One that I haven't used like in 2 or 3 years.
Yeah.
It was really my thing, and I have a Nintendo 3DS. Yeah, I have too many, I guess.
Wow. You have all the PlayStations?
No, just a PS4.
Just PS4? Okay. Um, what kind of games do you play?
Ooh, pretty much all kinds of games, like just mostly single player games. Like right now, I'm playing Fire Emblem Three Houses on the Switch. Also, like really into like Pokemon, Legend of Zelda, like some like first person shooters, RPG, even like games like Stardew Valley or like Rocket League's one of the ones I do multiplayer on. It's a little bit of everything.
Okay. Is Fire Emblem like a JRPG?
I'm not sure if it falls into that category. It's definitely a lot of JRPG influence.
Okay.
But it's yeah, it's kind of like a turn-based strategy. Kind of hard to describe.
Yeah. I am pretty sure that Shin is really into that game.
Mm.
So I didn't know if you knew that, but yeah,
Yeah, I
that's
think she mentioned it.
what about Animal Crossing? It seems like everyone with the Switch is playing Animal Crossing.
I haven't. I've thought about getting it, but I haven't played it yet. I played Stardew Valley, which is a similar game, and I sunk like just hundreds and hundreds of hours into that. So I don't know if I'm ready for that again.
I think uh, I think Hai was really into Stardew Valley. He might still be into it. I don't know.
I think he actually said he couldn't get into it.
Ooh, Hai?
Yeah. I think he said he tried it and he couldn't get into it.
Really? Oh man. Okay. I thought he was. I thought he was playing a lot of putting a lot of time into that.
Or maybe he changed his mind. I don't know. I think I asked him about it a while back.
All right. Looking forward to any of the new consoles that are supposed to be coming out.
Not really.
No?
No, I mean, like I got my PS4 like it seems like a year ago,
Uh-huh.
and like I don't want to buy any more systems. Like, like just keep making games for the ones I already have. That's
Yeah.
I don't know.
Okay.
I'm just not ready for to have to spend money again.
Yeah. Okay. Well, let's see. Sometimes I ask people a random question. So, can you give me a number between 1 and 5?
Um, Two.
This is a good one. If you could turn back time and talk to your 18-year-old self, what would you tell him?
That's a really good question. Probably something like try to be more outgoing or like don't be afraid to take risks. That's just, when I was 18, like I just didn't really want to, go out and do anything, or I've always been like really risk adverse. So
Yeah.
maybe that would have helped me out.
Are you less, have you become less risk averse?
A little bit, yeah. I mean, I think that was kind of part of the reason why I joined that fraternity in the first place, was like I just wanted to go out and change something, do something different, and like I tried out more different things in my life, and it worked out pretty well. I think even like with Kalama,
Yeah.
I don't know if I already told you this story, but um, I I was looking at a lot of different companies when I was switching, and I kind of had a choice between like Charles Schwab, which was where the company that my old manager went to, and he really wanted me to go there. And basically, if I would have applied, well, actually, I guess I did apply, but if I would have like followed through with the interview and everything, like I would have been hired, no problem, no questions. But I was also looking at Cosmos. I'm like, okay, big financial company that's going to be here forever, or like this sort of small, kind of weird company that seems really cool. Like, the government might shut them down 2 weeks from now. I don't know. But
Yeah.
yeah, I mean, that seemed like a huge risk at the time. So I think I'm
Yeah.
a little less risk adverse now.
All right, cool. And you said also be more outgoing?
Yeah. Um,
Okay. Like, so when you were 18, were you really, really like introverted?
yeah, I mean, I'm still kind of introverted now, but yeah, like I really just didn't want to like go out or participate in things. But yeah, now I make an active effort to go and like talk to people and try new things and that kind of stuff.
Okay. All right. Let's see. Since you joined Column, what what have we done? We've gone to Nashville.
Mhm.
Was there anything that you tried out at Nashville that was brand new to you?
It's actually two things. The one that stands out most was actually going to BB King's. Like I don't really like go to clubs or like live music events, that kind of stuff. But
Yeah.
holy crap, the music was good there and the atmosphere, and so glad I went there.
Yeah, yeah, and the food, I really enjoyed the food.
Yeah,
Everything was good about that. Um, as soon as I asked you that, I was like, well, I'm pretty sure you've never thrown an axe before.
yeah, yeah. Actually, no, I have.
You have?
I have actually. Um, Back in Halloween, we went to this haunted house thing, and they kind of let us try axe throwing. My wife got it on the first try, but I completely failed.
Oh, wait, was that something that you and Nicole did on your own, or did some folks from Colmall go? I don't even remember.
No, no, it was just I guess me, Nicole, and some of her cousins.
Okay. That seems like an odd thing for you to do.
I mean, they like literally like they were trying to get us to pay for it. And they're like, "How about you try it for free?" And we're like, "Yeah, I guess."
At the haunted house.
Yeah.
Got it, got it, got it. Speaking of haunted houses, do you like those kinds of things?
Um, I don't really have strong feelings towards it. Like I don't really get scared easy. Like jump scares get me,
Yeah,
but like, just the people in masks. I'm like I know you're just a person. Like that
yeah.
doesn't really
Okay.
scare me much.
And you heard about the story about when we went. I think this was the summer before you joined. We went to Austin. We went to haunted house,
I don't think I heard that story.
and Mark got scared by one of those actors, zombie actors.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, and the actor came out of a porta potty. Mark,
Pretty
Mark
funny.
was gonna Mark was gonna go use the bathroom before we went into the haunted house, and he just opened it up, and the actor came out, acting like a zombie, and scared that heck out of
That's pretty good.
him. Okay. Is there anything that you would like everyone or the folks at Column to know about you that maybe we don't know about you already?
Um, Let me think about that a second. I mean, I guess everyone already kind of picked up on it, but like, it doesn't come easy for me to like go and like start an interaction.
Yeah.
So if I don't talk to people, it doesn't mean I don't like them. It just means that I suck at talking to people. So just, I guess people should know that I like everyone here, right? Like if I don't talk to you, it's not because I don't like you. It's just I take a little bit of effort to get to know.
Yeah, yeah. It's not like you're stuck up or anything.
Yeah.
Um, so if people just came up and talked to you, that would be cool.
Yeah.
All right. Let's see. So we talked about 3D printing. We talked about video games. Oh, how did you and Nicole meet?
So we met originally back when. So we were both in what was called the academic bridge program. So the semester before you enroll in college courses, they kind of take you in and put you through the summer classes at UTD. And she was a year there before I was. So we originally met through there, but it wasn't until we were taking physics together.
Mm-hmm.
She kind of, I guess, knew the reputation that I was kind of a smart person, or at least I was perceived that way. And so she started sitting next to me because she thought I would help her, and I guess I did. But yeah, we started spending a lot more time together after that. And
Okay.
yeah, we went to the same high school as well, but we never met there. I did the morning announcements for a while, so she would have heard my voice. And back when I was in middle school, uh, like they started enforcing this uniform policy,
Yeah.
and she was one of the models for the uniform policy. So I would have seen her without knowing it, like all those years in advance.
Wow. Okay. So you guys, she was always a year ahead of you, though, right?
Yeah.
So you went to the same middle school.
Oh no, it was a different middle school. It was like the
Oh,
brochure that went out to all of the ISD.
gotcha.
Like she was on that brochure.
Okay. So same school district. You would have seen her in that brochure. You went to the same high school. She would have heard you making the morning announcements. And then you both end up at UTD,
Right.
and then you meet her in the bridge program over the summer.
Hmm.
I guess she was one of the people. I guess you're there for a year, and then you go and you help people that are just coming in. Is that the way it works?
Sort of, yeah. Like there was like this kind of lounge room where people from all the different cohorts of the bridge program would go and hang out, and like there were like tutors there and stuff like that, little study areas.
Cool. And then so you at that time, did you got to know her? You got to talk to her a little bit?
Yeah, I just knew her a little bit, but like I think we were also part of some student organizations together, but we didn't really talk much. Like we just kind of knew who we were and knew
Yeah.
each other's names and stuff like that.
Yeah, so it wasn't until that physics class where she figured you could help her get a good grade that
Yeah.
that's a cool story. So after this physics class, when you started talking a little bit more, that's when you found out like, oh, we went to the same school. You must have heard me, and oh, that's interesting. That's pretty cool. All right, so is she into like video games and tech
Not
and
so
all that kind of
much.
stuff? No. What are her hobbies?
She likes to draw, and she's been getting more into like digital art lately.
Okay.
Uh, yeah, that's mostly the thing she's into right now.
All right. Last question. If this whole coronavirus thing just went away and we could now go out and live our lives normally again, and you had a day off, Nicole had a day off, what would be your ideal first day out of isolation?
Hmm. Hmm. I don't know. I think I'd probably want to go get some ramen.
Yeah?
Take the dog to a dog park, or it'd be nice to go to the movies again.
Yeah, that's true. Um, you a big Marvel movies fan?
Yeah.
Is that the genre you like most?
Um, I think I like comedies the most.
Comedies? Okay.
Yeah.
Favorite comedy?
Shoot. I don't know.
Or I mean, more than one. Any?
I think my all-time favorite movie is Forrest Gump.
Really? Okay.
Yeah.
Wait, but that you must have been too young to see it in the theater.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
It came out after I was born, but I didn't watch it until later.
Yeah, I couldn't figure that. I couldn't be sure, but I was like, no, he was too young to see that in the theater. All right. What about that movie do you like?
um, Well, one thing, like every time I watch it, like I pick up something new. Like obviously, like the first time I watched it, I missed a lot of references, like the whole like Watergate hotel thing, where like he calls in, like
Yeah,
like report that there's like people over there messing with stuff, and like the whole like Marilyn Monroe picture in JFK's bathroom and stuff like
yeah,
that. Like I never caught things like that the first time, but every time I go back, I'm like, wait a second, I know what this is referring to.
yeah. All right, that's cool. Yeah, that's a good movie. Okay, well, is there anything that um, anything you wish I would have asked you that I didn't ask you?
I don't know. I
Or
don't have an answer to that.
have we pretty much covered everything there is to know about Umberto?
I mean, you got at least the tip of the iceberg.
All right, well then I will leave it to everyone else to come and talk to you since they know they should come and talk to you now and find out more about you.
Yeah.
All right. All right, cool, man. Thanks for taking the time to talk to me.
Yeah, thank you for doing this.
All right.